First, we're going to talk about irregular verbs in the yo form. So, this is as easy as it sounds. So, only the yo form is going to be weird. So, conocer. Anybody remember what conocer means? It means to know. It's to be familiar with people, usually, and sometimes places and things. But conocer in the yo form is conozco. And that's what I want you to write right out next to it. Okay? And then next up is dar. And dar means to give, and you're going to write doy. D-O-Y, and that means I give. Next up, hacer, hago. I do or I make. Poner, pongo, I put. That goes with that one. Saber is the other know. This one is facts and information, and that's yo sé or no sé. Salir is to leave or go out, and that is, salgo. Traer is traigo. In case you couldn't see that, traigo. That means I bring. Ver is veo. That means I see. And caer is caigo. I fall. All right, and then I'm going to look at irregular in all forms. Hopefully I'll have this memorized. Soy, eres, es, somos, son, voy, vas, va, vamos, van. Decir, digo, dices, dice, decimos. Okay, I ran out of room. And then dicen. Moving on, estoy. Again, you really should know this. Estás, está, estamos, están. Oír, oigo, oyes, oye, oímos, and oyen. And tener, tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, and tienen. All right, and stem changing verbs are just that. They change only in their stem. So the directions are always right here in the little arrows after the word. So I'm going to take, you're always going to take, if there's two vowels, you're going to take the first one. So perder, I'm going to take that E, and I'm going to change it to IE. So pierd. That does not look right. Pierd. Pierd is going to be my new stem. and then I'm just going to add the O to it to make it the yo form. And so on and so forth. Hopefully by now you know that the nosotros form of any stem changing verb is going to be absolutely normal. So that stem change is going to go away right here. Okay, it's always going to be exactly what it looks like in the nosotros form. Okay, so this is all of the verb charts filled out there. Again, I've got my E to IE everywhere except for nosotros and vosotros. That's new for those of you who don't practice vosotros very often. Those are not going to change. You see those stems aren't changing there. Oh, sorry, this right here is an auto-correcting error. Hold on. All right, back on track. So, back to these words. Empezar means to begin, querer, to want, preferir, to prefer, pensar, to think, divertirse, to have fun, despertarse, to wake up, sentirse, is to feel, mentir is to lie, cerrar is to close, comenzar is to begin, and entender is to understand. Over here is jugar, is to play, contar to count or to tell, costar is to cost, encontrar is to find, recordar to remember. It's a false cognate, obviously, because it looks like it means to record. Volar is to fly, dormir to sleep, volver, that's to return, like I'm going to return to school to do whatever. Devolver means I'm going to return something to someone or to a store. Acostarse is to get in bed. Almorzar is to have lunch. Servir is to serve. Repetir is to repeat. Reír is to laugh. Sonreír starts with an S and it's smile. Seguir is to follow or continue. And vestirse is to get dressed. Now going on to changing those stems. So let's just try out 2 of these for each verb. I'm going to zoom in here. Alright, so I've got empezar. I'm going to take off the ending. That leaves me with my stem. This is E to IE, so I'm going to change that E to IE. Yes. And then any form that you put it in, empiezo, empiezas, empezamos would obviously stay the old way. Next up, preferir. Okay, now this is the kind I was talking about that has 2 vowels. I have 2 E's there. So I'm going to cross off the IR ending. And then I'm going to change the second E to IE. So prefier. So prefiero, prefieras, prefieres, prefiere. Alright, moving on. So now I've got my O to UE verb. So let's go with encontrar. So encontrar. And I'm going to change that O to a UE. So encuentra. And then I'm going to add encuentro, encuentras, encuentra, etc. Excuse me. Let's do dormir. I'm going to change that O to UE. So duerm. That looks horrible. Let's try it again. Duerm. There we go. And then duermo, duermes, etc. Last ones. Pedir. These are the E to I. I'm going to go E, change it to I. Sir. Seguir. Sig. And it's going to be sigo and then sigues and so on. Reír is going to be a little bit different. So we will hit that last one, and these are very similar. Obviously, it's just got son at the beginning of it. But reír, because of that accent, the I is going to now have an accent. So río, ríes, etc. And that is it on stem changing verbs and irregular verbs. Hopefully you're familiar with them tomorrow in class.